All True Fire, 2803 17th Avenue South, 2803 17th Avenue South for an injury accident. Multiple vehicles involved. Unknown injuries at this time, just multiple.
Well, investigation into this incident is ongoing. Information at this time indicates that a vehicle was reported by several witnesses driving erratically and recklessly through kind of the center of Grand Forks, starting over on South Washington Street, heading westbound on 17th Avenue South. And just west of 17th Avenue South, just past South Columbia Road, that vehicle that had been reported as a reckless driver sideswiped and struck pretty hard one of the Grand Forks Police Department vehicles, sending that vehicle off the roadway, and then it subsequently struck a second vehicle, Honda Pilot, that was traveling eastbound on 17th Avenue South, nearly head-on. So 3 vehicles were pretty heavily damaged in this crash.
Any injuries?
All of the occupants of all 3 vehicles were transported to All True for treatment of injuries. None of the injuries are reported to be life-threatening.
Was there a warrant out for anyone, or is basically trying to make a traffic stop for an erratic driver?
No, there was no attempt at a traffic stop. There was no police weren't trying to make contact with this individual. He had been reported as a reckless driver, but it's my understanding all of this was happening at essentially the same time. I don't believe that our dispatch center even had an opportunity to broadcast the information prior to the crash.
Okay.
So people were calling in on this driver as the driver was essentially making contact with the other vehicles.
I'm getting messages that there were children in one of the vehicles?
Correct. In the Pilot, there were a couple of small children as occupants as well.
And again, but no information yet as to whether or not any serious injuries.
Well, serious is a pretty subjective term. I would say that any injury sustained by a child in a head-on collision has the potential to be serious. There's nothing that appears to be life-threatening at this time, and people were being treated as appropriate.
And I'm assuming we'll know more about all this tomorrow.
I don't know that there's going to be a whole lot more. I think we have a pretty good picture. We have numerous witness statements. We have a pretty good picture as far as what all happened. The adult occupants of the vehicles have been identified, and criminal charges have been announced. So I'm not sure that there's going to be a ton of additional information coming out.
So criminal charges against who? Can you talk about that? Or?
Yeah, the suspect driver was identified as Bradley Bruce. He's a 31-year-old, we're saying Amaretto resident. That's the last information that we had. And he's going to be charged with aggravated reckless driving, reckless endangerment, and driving under the influence.